to thank everybody for joining me on this edition of Milwaukee Internet Radio and Nubian Public Podcast, April 2nd, 2023. And once again, me and Big Bo are going to be discussing a plethora of topics, mainly dealing with respect, the intolerance for bullshit, and how we as a people of coloreds, black folks, whatever you want to call us, we need to do better. Get it together. And we're going to end off this session with the Big Bo Sports Minute, and we'll see how this goes today. So thank you again for tuning in to Nubian Public Podcast and Milwaukee Internet Radio. We'll be right back. And we are back, and I would really like to talk about, let's get it together, Milwaukee.
Oh, please get it together. Please get it together.
What is your thoughts on that, man? Tell me something.
My black people. First of all, if you're going to get it together, education is key. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. You can get some of the best jobs without an education. But imagine how far the sky would go if we did have education.
Yep.
And half of these intelligent brothers don't have the education to back it up. Because the first thing an employer is going to ask you is, oh, well, where did you get your education? Or what college did you go to? You ain't going to be able to answer that question. What are you going to tell them? You went to Stanford? You probably can't even spell Stanford.
Let me interject for a brief second here real quick, just to let my listeners know, you probably have been hearing and will hear background noise such as traffic. My studio is located on a busy street, and we have not completely finished insulating yet. So it kind of sounds like, bear with us. It sounds like we're outside, and which is a good thing because in the summer I will be recording a lot of live podcasts outside. So this is just what's to come,
and it's gonna be fun. So please make sure y'all stay tuned.
Yeah. That's it. That's all. So go ahead.
Well, before I get into my segment, because Twana Don has blessed me with the chance to kind of take the reins on this show today, which is cool, but I do need to address a couple of things. One, my brother, you have one of the most successful podcasts.
Thank you.
Within 100% radius, believe it or not, 2% of that radius is in the UK.
In the UK,
how do you have the UK listening to you?
In the
UK. Do you know where that is? That is across seas.
Yeah, way over there.
But it's cool though, because you have a very positive message. You keep it real. You are the same person every single podcast, and that's what this city. That's what this particular vice is missing, because a lot of these podcasts and these radio shows, they're scripted.
Mm-hmm.
We're not scripted at all. We pretty much say whatever's on our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, like a lot of the topics that we got going on today. We didn't script any of this.
Mm-mm.
This is everyday life for us. And to everybody that's listening, this is everyday life for us. This is how we are every single day of the week.
Nothing is ever scripted, y'all. We don't read off of papers and teleprompters. This is straight from the head, straight from the heart. You don't like it? Get used to it.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you don't like it, don't listen.
Don't listen. I don't want to scare you off now because you're going to miss some shit. But if you don't like the message, drop me an email or drop me a voicemail, and I'll include that link for you. Just drop us a voicemail, state what's on your mind, and I can play it over the air for you and, get your voice heard. And
But a lot of that feedback is also positive. It's not all negative. A lot of that feedback is positive. A lot of people say that they love the show, they love what they hear, they love the topics that we cover.
I have not gotten any negative feedback yet, bro.
That's a good thing. That's an excellent thing. And like I said, my kudos to you. I tip my hat off to you. You are being successful for only being in the game for a year. And you built this podcast studio from the ground up. And you've been on the air for a year. And that's congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Yes, it's a lot of hard work. Hosting, producing, creating, editing, solo dolo. It's a hard work. It's hard work.
But now you got a co-host. So now you can put some of that weight on me. Not all of it.
Yeah, well, you clarified that. That was my next thing. Like, you go ahead and edit this for me today.
I'm good over that.
Go ahead and produce this.
I would take it. I will do a couple of shows for you just because we're partners now.
Right.
Host and co-host. We do our thing every single day. Well, when we're on the air.
Right. Excuse me.
But now we done got all of that BS out the way. Let's get into our real topics. First of all, like we said before in the beginning, black folks, black people, my kings and queens, please get it together.
Before we start calling y'all minions, stop acting so retarded.
Just retarded and strange. Like, and we talked about this earlier. The term common sense is a myth.
Yeah.
Today, it is a myth.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine. Thank you. We're gonna keep going. Don't worry. But a friend of mine, he has a kid. Kid's 22 years old, does not have the common sense that God gave him. You get what I'm saying? Like, to elaborate into that, he's in this constant mind battle with this kid because, the kid works at American Family Field, a.k.a. Miller Park, a.k.a. County Stadium, a.k.a. they need to keep one name for the goddamn stadium.
Yeah, there you go. Milwaukee Brewers.
That
come on.
Too,
Love you guys. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Hats off to the Brewers. Hope you guys have a good season this year.
Right.
But, so he has a job there. And he does not, well, first of all, if you are used to the county transit system here in Milwaukee, it is very easy, it's very simplified, and it's very easy to get to and to use. Mm-hmm. Hell, they even got an app on your phone.
Yeah,
whoever has an iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. Download the MCTS app on your phone.
And I've got others. I'm not going to give them plug on the air, but I've got others.
But the main one is the Milwaukee County Transit System. And like I said, it's there for you, and it's so easy to use.
Yeah.
But back to this clown. So he went out of his way, and he showed this 22-year-old man how to take the city bus to American Family Field. Now, might I add, this boy only stays 7 minutes from the stadium. I wish we had a sound effect for that.
Oh, we do. I just ain't got there yet.
But the man stays 7 minutes from the stadium. And you want to hear something crazy? The first bus that he has to take is literally right next door to his house. Yeah, right? But I'm just saying, like, where, how do you not use common sense to know that? I don't get it. Please explain that to me. Like, where is the common sense at?
Look, I'm not going because I put my 2 cents in this, fam, and I know the
Please
guy you're
put your
talking
2 cents
about.
on that one.
But look, I know the guy you're talking about,
Right.
and I know his kid, whatever, and he's a decent kid when he wants to be, and I just don't. No. My thing is this, and this is your show. We're gonna make that clear. God damn it, grow up, act right. I was taught how to ride the bus. Remember in our Northridge days and
Yes.
our Capitol Court
Yes.
days, and
Yes.
dude, we was catching the bus at 14, 15, 16 years old.
I mean, if you really want to put it out there, 12,
Yeah.
13.
Yeah,
Our parents didn't play that.
right.
Our parents didn't play that at all. Like, if you stuck somewhere, you better learn how to get home.
Exactly. Because you fresh out of fucking luck. Fucking with me.
I'm trying to told you. And back then, when we was taking the bus, we didn't have like the apps on the phone.
No.
And what they got now, the bus cards and all that stuff.
Right.
We didn't have that stuff.
Right.
We had the paper transfers, and you had to make sure you had $1.25 in your pocket, because if you didn't, you was out of luck.
Just shit. I promise you, man.
But back to this cat, like the way that he goes about living his life, it's like, dude, like, you're afraid of the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you knew exactly where to go and how to do it, you're afraid to even ask the bus driver. The bus drivers are there for a reason.
Yes.
They will give you all the information that you need.
It's their job.
It's their job to do so. You act like you scared to go ask the bus driver, hey, can you let me know when we get to 35th and National? Because I have to take a different bus. You think the bus driver's going to tell you, hell no, go sit the fuck down? No. The bus driver's not going to tell you that. He's gonna make it clear. He's probably gonna announce it over the speaker.
Depends on the bus driver. But we've gotten to that point in the session where we're gonna have to take a break. So you guys stay tuned. Nubian Public Podcast, Milwaukee Internet Radio.
Keep it locked.
All right.
I think we have our boy Lee on the line. What's up, Lee?
What's up, brother?
All right, man. Yeah, we've got you live here on Milwaukee Internet Radio and Nubian Public Podcast. I today am your co-host, but the host today is Big Bo, and he's right here with you. How's it going, Mr. Lee?
It's going pretty good. How's it going, man?
All right, we may have some type of a distortion in the line. We'll see how that records, but I can't hardly hear you. I mean, I can hear you, but I don't know what's going on.
That was probably me.
Yeah, I think it's your connection. We'll ride out this segment though with your connection as is. I just wanted to give you about 30 seconds to tell everybody who you are, where you are, and what's going on today.
What's up, guys? I'm Lee. I'm from Michigan. I'm basically Twan's little brother. And what I would like to talk to you guys about today is what I feel that Congress could do differently on rectifying the mass shootings.
Okay.
So I feel that instead of imposing like new laws, they should invest in the security of the students. Because what they're doing by imposing new laws is making it harder for law-abiding citizens to defend themselves if need be.
Okay. You know, that's a congressional issue, though. You know, that has to be taken to the top. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not going to change unless they decide to invest versus making laws, because I can give you precedents all day long. If you look at Southwest High School and you Google it, they actually invested $400,000 in a counteractive security system for their students.
Okay.
On the off chance that they ever had a.
Hold on. I hope your call didn't drop. Are you still there?
I think we lost it.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, folks, we seem to be.
I'm still here.
You're still here. Okay, I thought we lost you for a second there. Go ahead.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Hey,
but you left off at high school. What you do with that?
Southwest High School, if you Google it, they invested in a tune of $400,000 in a counteractive security system for their students. Now, I know it sounds a bit pricey, but if you can afford a football stadium, if you can afford computers, you can afford this system.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you, because like what's going on here, like we need more police and we need more security in these schools, because now these kids are getting killed at school.
Exactly. And that's the problem. And what it is it all stems to the psychological of the shooters. Basically, they want an instant claim to fame. They want to do as much damage as they could possibly do in a short amount of time. That's why they target schools and office buildings, because it's posted a gun-free zone, and they know on average it takes first responders like myself 9 minutes.
I was going to say, not to cut you off, I was going to say that's what you left off in your personal introduction, that you have experience, as, like myself, in being a first responder, be it, showing up for, the fire department and, bodyguarding, security, and things like that. You have that experience.
Yeah, and yep. That's something to touch on what you said. Like, it goes back to this, like to these schools. Like I said, like now these kids are afraid to go to school now. They're afraid to get their education.
Yeah.
They'd rather be at home to get their education.
So bottom line, what you saying is what you propose is that a lot of these school boards, because that's where it starts too, when you're on the school level.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
A lot of these school boards need to implement that security system.
Yes, high security.
Yeah, buy a security system, invest in their students, not just after school activities like football teams and stuff like that. Yeah, it's nice to have that as an outlet, but you also got to think about the students' security and future as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. I totally agree with you 100%.
I agree too, man. I mean, that's something to think about. If we can get these pencil pushers out of the damn seat and have them amongst the children in these schools, walking through these hallways, in between classes, during lunch hours. Right. If we can get them up and get them active, then it'll be a whole different scenario. Then, only then will they probably understand. My thing is, the problem with a lot of these school board members are they don't have kids that are in these schools now.
Right, exactly.
They don't. Either they don't have the kids, or their kids already graded out and they're in college somewhere and they're doing other things, so they're not worried about it.
Or the fact that most of their kids are probably in like private schools, yes, or non-charter schools where they really don't experience a lot of that stuff like us. We was raised in Milwaukee public school. Mm-hmm. They all went to private school, mm-hmm, or a non-charter school.
Right.
So they wouldn't even know. Right. Because when was the last time you heard about something happening in a non-charter school or a private school?
Right.
Damn near never.
Right. Exactly.
Which brings me to the point with the charter and private schools. They either have their own private security, that's either armed or they have a counter mass shooter action plan that keeps their students safe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you're right. Agreed.
And that's exactly what we need. But like I said, that goes back to what you just said. We can't get these pencil pushers to constantly come to these schools and see what's going on.
Exactly.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this: the messed up part of all this is with these schools being a gun-free zone.
Mm-hmm.
The people that perpetrate this crime know that it takes, on average, 9 minutes for first responders to get there, and 75% of them would rather go out committing their crime than being taken in. And usually that's why it usually ends as soon as they start to hear sirens.
Yeah, they end up taking their own life. They take the easy, coward way out.
Yeah, that's like, well, you know what? Guess what? I did it. I don't want the police to catch me. I don't want the police to put their hands on me. So guess what? I'm gonna end it.
Yep.
Right here.
Which is dumb. So Lee, let me ask you this: is there anything that you want my listeners to know about you? As far as any organizations that you recommend, some things that you belong to that you're actively doing that you need support with. I mean, anything. I mean, I'm going to give you the next 2 minutes and then that will be the end of our segment. And I really appreciate you calling in. So I'm going to leave these last couple minutes to you, sir.
Yeah, we want to know.
I appreciate that. There's not really much for them to know about me other than you can find out a lot of the information that I'm putting through this recording from the USCCA organization, which is the United States Concealed Carry Organization, and they've done a lot of research. And the segment that you guys can go to validate the research that I'm telling you about is counteracting a mass shooter and their first aid training course.
Okay.
And that's usually in level 3 of their program.
Okay.
So,
all right. So I'm gonna make sure my listeners got that for you. And hey, man, it's been fun. I appreciate you calling in. I told you I would have you on the show, and I would appreciate it if I can have you back as a guest.
I would love to be back anytime.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was Mr. Lee K. I won't give his last name out over the air, but this is my little brother from another mother in the motor capital of the world, Mr. Michigan, in that state across the pond from us. Lee, love you, bro. You take care, and I will definitely be in contact with you tonight so we can set up our next meeting. And my other brother here that is the actual host, you're going to get to meet him as well in person and more over the air.
Very nice to meet you, sir.
Very nice to meet you too, and love you too, big bro, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for having me, guys.
Talk to you later. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Lee K. Have a good one, bro.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey.
All right, welcome back. Thank you, guys. In that last segment, that was my caller. That was Mr. Lee from the Detroit area in Michigan. I mean, good guy.
Awesome guy. Like the man had a lot of knowledge to give, a lot of information to give, especially people up here in Milwaukee. Got a lot of that. They can use a lot of that information just to get by.
And an intelligent guy that he is.
Very intelligent.
It's not shocking. I've known him, again, since, 2012, and this is 23.
Yeah.
And he's been the same person in and out. So, again, he let you guys know about the United States Concealed and Carry Association and how you can go about sending some type of letters or some type of correspondence to your legislature and you're a school board, letting them know, protect the schools, fuck the ball games, fuck
Right.
the
I mean,
racetracks.
having like extra activities,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Having like extra things for the kids to do after school, that's fine. But you got to protect those kids first.
Exactly.
That's what you need to do. And he, like I said, the subject that he touched on, it really hit me in my heart. Like, like I know like various women that have kids, littler kids that go to schools, you know, and some of those kids are afraid to go to school. Why? Because they got to worry about Joe Knucklehead running up in there with a gun.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, we need higher security in schools. We need more police in the schools. Yes, absolutely, to protect our kids.
Yeah. Just the presence alone. What I didn't touch on though in that interview with Lee is, along with the security, why don't you arm some of these teachers? You don't have to arm all of them.
Yeah,
But arm some of the teachers that are trained to deal with conflict.
that would kind of be like, you have to weigh out the pros and cons of that, because technically teachers really can't carry arms.
Yes, they can.
They can.
Not in Wisconsin, but
Not in
you know,
Wisconsin.
in southern states they can.
That's yeah. Oh yeah. Way out there. Yeah, of course they can. But here in the inner city, it'll be like 10 times harder.
Yeah.
For a teacher, especially a teacher with a CCW. A lot of people, and by the way, to
I
get a
bet you
CCW,
got 'em anyway.
it's like super easy to get a CCW now.
I mean, if you're legit, yes.
Right. If you're legit, if you're not a felon,
Yeah.
you can own a firearm.
Or you can't have any domestic violences on your record
Right,
either.
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, and I'm gonna jump out on the ledge and say 90% of our teachers anyway are licensed to carry.
Yeah.
You just can't bring them.
You can't bring them into school. You can't have them on the
So-
school ground.
So they think.
So they think, so they think, so they say.
Fuck around and fuck with that right teacher. He gonna pull your ass and
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, you want to mess with me? You want to come up here because I wrote your kid up? Were you here when your kid was doing what they were doing?
right. He gonna show him.
Yeah, I'ma
I
pop him.
got you.
I'm not gonna shoot him in the head, but I might shoot him in the leg or the ass.
Or the pinky foot toe, you know.
or something.
It's like, I got you.
Man, no, but to go back to what he said, though, we need more enforced security in our schools. That's just the bottom line. Because, like I said, a lot of these younger kids, especially little baby kids, like 6, 7, 8-year-old kids, now they afraid to go to school.
Well, you know what?
Because of what they see, on the news,
That's
what
true.
they read about.
That's true too, but you got some 11-year-olds, some 10-year-olds bringing their own straps that they stealing from their parents. Or
I get it.
Getting from their guys. They bringing them now, shooting and killing their teachers.
But I mean, why do you think that is though? It's because of what's remember we talked about in the last podcast about the stereotype? It goes back to the same thing that I said. When people run up in these schools and they just shoot randomly, bullets ain't got no eyes, and guns don't kill people. Stupid motherfuckers with guns kill people.
Hello. Preach.
That's the problem.
Preach.
And that's the stereotype that's been here in the city since as far as I can remember.
But it gives them an excuse to take our guns away from us.
Right.
By saying,
Right.
you know, it's the guns that's killing the people. No.
It's the stupid person that's holding the gun that's
you.
killing people. Because
Preach.
bullets ain't got no eyes.
That's right. It's got to be fired by somebody.
Exactly.
You know.
And I don't remember what state that was, but I think it was Arizona or something like that. I think like 10 kids got killed at a school or something. I can't remember the exact state. So take this with a grain of salt. We need more enforce security in our schools.
You know, that's hard to call because it's been Texas,
Right,
Arizona,
yeah.
Mexico,
Yeah.
Oklahoma. I mean, come on. It's like everywhere, man.
And
it doesn't
really,
stop.
It's starting to spill here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to spill here.
Well, if you ask me, and with the crime and the different crime subjects that we face here in our city, I'd rather have these knuckleheaded idiot niggas, Negroes, white people,
you
with them too.
You said it right the first time. These dumbass niggas.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say what you ain't gonna say. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not gonna try to project anything negative on just our people alone. So that nigga word I kind of don't like using, but you're right.
I get it.
You know, but the thing is, I'd rather have stupid big head Bobby go steal a Kia than him and Gerald walk up into school and blasting kids.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? I agree with you 110% on that.
You know,
I would rather read about or see somebody trying to steal a car. I mean, if you could damn near get a slap on the wrist for that now.
Right.
But if you going up in these schools and you shooting a gun, you damn near can kill somebody's kid.
You will kill somebody's
Or
kid.
it could be one of our kids. Like I'm just saying, like if our kids was that little or whatever, that could have been one of our kids.
Right.
And shit, you shoot one of my kids, I'm coming to find you.
I'm coming.
It's not. I'm gonna be going to jail that day.
Well, no, it's two scenarios with that.
I'm going to
because
prison
I'm
that day.
coming. You either get my inmate number and cell ready, or
I'd have told you.
you bury me next to my mama, because it's only those two choices.
I'm trying to
Because you're not gonna stop me.
No,
You're not gonna stop me.
I don't care if you the chief of police. You're not going to stop me because you went into my child's school and decided you wanted to be free will with a gun. And you know me, I hate guns.
I love them, but I understand, to each his own. You know, it's not the gun, it's the user.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the handler.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you're trained properly and you know what to do, you have no problems, or you should have no problems, as long as you're mentally fit to possess
But
a
you know
firearm.
what? But
you know what I mean?
Believe it or not, check this out. Now, people that are properly trained to use a weapon, sometimes those are the people you really got to worry about.
Why? That's an
Instead of
interesting
some,
point.
and
Why?
instead of some knucklehead with a gun.
That's an interesting point, though. But why do you?
Because
Let's delineate. on that.
okay. Let's talk about that. The thing is that let's just say, I'm just using you as an example. Let's just say you were properly trained and you live a great life, you live a great everyday life. The worst thing that could happen to your life could happen to you, and then guess what? Then this turns into this.
Well, okay, I feel you there.
So that's what I'm
moment.
saying. That's
deja vu
what I'm
moment.
saying. Like let's just say you're happily married for 10, 20 years. Best wife in the world. You're good to your wife treats you good. Blah blah blah. Your wife decides just one day. Now this is after you're trained to use a weapon. Your wife just decide one day, oh, I'm finna go fuck with Joe Blow. Joe Blow put it down on her. And guess what? Then she decides she want to start cheating on you. Guess what? That's going to fuck with your brain.
It will, but it takes
It takes willpower
Yeah.
to not retaliate. But
You know.
like I said, a lot of males, such as myself, don't have that kind of willpower.
I do.
I mean, I do. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
I got that willpower. You got that willpower.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that are like us don't.
You're right, which is true.
And if you lose that willpower over that, you're gonna go crazy with that guy.
Yeah, it's true.
And you're not gonna care who's in the crossfire.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. The people that are trained to use that weapon, them are the ones that you really got to worry about. Just goes back to what I was saying the other day. The ones that are the most quiet, them the ones you got to look at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them the ones you got to keep that back eye in the back of your head on.
Yeah.
Because that might be the first one to pop you in the noodle.
That's true. That is true. Folks, keep it locked. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Nubian Public Podcast, and we are going to jump to the Sports Minute. Big Bo, what's happening?
Yes, sir. The big Sports Minute. Well, I really don't have a lot to touch on as far as like the Sports Minute. I really wanted to talk about like the different seasons that all of the different sports variations have. Like MLB, for example. Matter of fact, hats off to the Milwaukee Brewers. I think you guys are going to have a great season this year. Hey, y'all deserve all of that. I think you guys are going to have a great season this year, and I really would love to see, because the last time the Brewers won a World Series, I wasn't even born. I would like to be born and see the Brewers win a World Series, because they haven't won a World Series since '75.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
I think we were, what, -3?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah.
-3.
We were -3.
It wasn't even thought of.
No, well, it probably was festering behind Pop's head somewhere, but...
Right, yeah, right.
Yeah.
They were probably thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Right, anyway.
So, but I want to talk about the length of these seasons. Like, MLB is 182 games. That is a long time.
I mean, damn.
Compared to like NFL seasons. You know, that's 17 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you got the NBA.
Yeah.
That's 82 games. And that's crazy because you're a football fan,
Yes.
as well as I'm a football fan.
Definitely. Dirty Birds.
I would love to be. Hey, we not finna go there with your Dirty Birds.
Dirty
How many
Birds?
times we done talked about this? You and your Dirty Birds is nothing compared to me and my Packers. Yeah, Now you want to drop the bomb on my Packers. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Guess what? We're going to be supporting Jordan Love this year. Oh, very funny. Very funny. We're going to support Jordan Love this year.
Right.
Hats off to Jordan Love. Because,
I mean, hats off.
I think that history is going to repeat itself because if you remember back there when Brett Favre led the Packers and then he took them back to a Super Bowl and it took them 29 years, but we're not going to comment on that. But it took him 29 years to do it. And then when Aaron Rodgers took over, what happened? He took them to the Super Bowl against the Steelers.
Well, he had all that time under.
Yeah. He had about 3-4 years.
Yeah, and then he being on the bench, you don't have any chance but to see how
And soak up all that good knowledge.
That's right, and that's why he took over and took the lead. That's an example of taking over and taking the lead.
Yeah, and I feel that that's what Jordan Love is going to do, because not only do I feel like he's going to take the Packers to another Super Bowl, but he's going to be the first black quarterback on Green Bay to take the Packers to a Super Bowl. Think about that.
Here's my thing: do you think the Packers is ready for a black quarterback?
Oh yeah.
Because they wasn't ready for a black coach.
Oh no.
Ray Rhodes didn't have a chance.
Yeah,
He didn't.
he
They shit on him
Yeah.
from entering to exit.
Yeah.
They shit on that man.
Yeah, but think about this though. When Ray Rhodes did leave the Packers organization, and he went and coached, I do not remember. I think he coached the Bears.
I don't give me the line. I
don't know exactly neither. But when he did leave and he went to a different team, he took that team far with his coaching and his teaching. And guess what? He soaked up all of that knowledge from Green Bay.
I don't think Ray Rhodes had anything positive after he left Green Bay.
I don't think so either.
I didn't hear anything about that brother. When he left, it was it. That was it.
Yeah, true that.
You know, so again, is being as segregated as this state is.
True that.
Are Packers fans really ready for a black quarterback?
I think we're ready.
I don't.
I think I don't. Okay, I'm not going to say that we're ready, but I'm going to say that we are overdue.
We've been overdue, brother.
We're way overdue.
We've been overdue
because
we've never had a black quarterback.
Never.
You know, I mean, that's just like the presidency.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I got nothing against Bart Starr.
Nothing.
I got nothing against Don Magic Mikowski.
Nothing.
I got nothing against Brett Favre. I got nothing against Aaron Rodgers.
No.
But have we ever had a black quarterback?
No.
We're overdue for one.
The only black quarterback I can say we had was a third string backup.
Yeah, and he didn't even stay on the squad that long. He didn't even make it past practice camp.
Thank you.
Why? Because that's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you give Michael Vick a chance.
Exactly. But you see,
Mr. Dogfighter.
Okay.
And he played for your Dirty Birds.
Oh, love him still. You know what I mean? Representing though, you know. Come on. They gave him a bad shake. They busted his balls with that one. You know, they gave him really a bad shake on that one.
But he didn't have no business doing that.
He wasn't even there.
And it went public.
He wasn't even there. Just because it was on his premises, you're going to take all the responsibility of it.
Of course, because it was your
God
house.
damn it, I wasn't there.
It was your house.
I'm making fucking Atlanta. Oh, Lord, excuse me. I'm making Atlanta money, and I come home and get arrested because the fucking retards I left in my house decide they want to have a dog fight.
I mean, that's just like,
come on.
I'm gonna put us in that situation. If, and I would never do this. Whoever's listening, I would never do this. If I'm plotting a robbery. And I'm plotting, and
please do not try this at
home. Don't do it. Please don't do it. If I'm plotting a robbery and you're not here, but I'm here with everybody else plotting, guess who's gonna get in trouble?
But it's called guilt by association, which is the dumbest fucking law ever. Just because I know you, I'm guilty. I don't know what goes on in your fucking brain.
Hey.
Your cognition is not on mine.
Hey, welcome to Milwaukee.
But what Judge Judy say, that calls for the cognition of somebody's mind. You cannot tell a person what another person is thinking and what another person is going to do because you don't know the cognition that goes on.
I totally agree with you. And believe you and me, I agree with everything that you're saying right now. But guess what? The law is the law. When it comes down to it, guess what? They held a dog fight in this man's house, in this man's property.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Moving forward.
And he caught the heat from that shit.
Yeah, he did. It was unfair, though. But moving forward.
Okay, moving forward. But the thing that really bothers me is the fact that, like, these other seasons and the other sports seasons aren't as long as the MLB. Why is that?
And they're the less paid.
Yes.
They're the less paid per player, per capita.
Wow, and that's crazy. Mm-hmm. That is crazy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people think that baseball is snorefest. It is.
It's what?
It's a snorefest.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Baseball is relaxing, dude. I mean,
to some of us, yes, it is.
It is.
But to most people, they think that's a snore fest. After the third inning, guess what? I'm going to take a nap.
You want to know, and then veering off the conversation real quick, hockey is a fucking snore fest.
That is that ain't a snore fest.
Yeah. The only thing interesting
I like watching the
is
fights.
that's it. I was just going to go there. Only fucking goddamn thing interesting about hockey is the fights. I'm not finna watch you throw a little black puck around the ice and try to get it into a net for how many ever innings you have.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to not make that sound as anti-racist as you just did because you said black puck.
I'm gonna, and you know what though? Think about it. Think about it. How racist is that? You got a bunch of motherfucking picklewood. Excuse me. You got a bunch of
Hey, everybody that's listening right now, this is the real Twan the Don right now.
You got a bunch of white people throwing around a black puck.
Hey, and they're hitting them with white sticks.
And they're hitting it with white sticks. If y'all can see the look on my face, do not fuck with us. That right there.
This is the real right now, y'all.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can count the number of white friends I have. See how racist that sounded?
That really did.
And I said that on purpose because that's what white people do. Oh, I'm not racist. I've got Tom, Larry, and Brian down the street.
Yeah, I can count how many white friends I got on one hand. One hand.
I'm like, come on, dude. If
Do you know how many people, how many African American black people live in Wisconsin?
Thank you. And if you can tell me how many black friends you got, I don't need you as a friend.
Exactly, because you're racist.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not with it. But anyway, anything else to add before we end this?
Oh no.
Segment.
I got nothing. But like I just said, we should make the NFL. The NFL season needs to be longer, especially for football fans that enjoy the game of football. Because I ain't gonna lie. Every year, the NFL, that's my fix. Mm-hmm. A lot of people got drugs, or people got alcohol. The NFL is my fix. And look, I'm not a basketball watcher.
I'm not either, really. But look at how these sports seasons are cut up with the seasons.
Right.
NFL, coldest season on earth.
True that.
MLB.
But it starts in the summer, though.
But it doesn't get good until what? The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the end of January.
You ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
It starts in the summer and it ends in the cold.
But the crazy thing about that whole situation, the two longest running sports seasons is the NHL.
Yeah.
And the MLB.
Yep.
Why are y'all paying these baseball players way less money than say a Giannis? I ain't gonna put Giannis out there because Giannis is like one of the highest paid NBA players in the league right now.
Yes,
I think he's making more. He is making more than LeBron. To me, I feel like he's making more than LeBron.
Well, in our franchise,
with his endorsements, and he's got movies, and then on top of that, he's bought he's like part owner of the Brewers that I just spoke about.
So is Rodgers.
Yeah, but he's part owner of the Bucks. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So you can go both ways on that. And Rodgers probably to me is the highest paid quarterback.
He is the highest paid quarterback.
So
even with Tom Brady retiring, which he just retired last year.
Yeah.
Even with him retiring, Aaron still made more money than him. His money was longer than his.
Aaron money
long.
His money long. Him and
that him doing that co-host for Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, he really wanted to do that.
He did.
If he was to take that choice to retire, that's what he wanted to do.
But he's not. And don't get me wrong.
Oh, Aaron, Jennings beat his ass out. Though.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Aaron. Love you, boy. But Mayim Bialik has you faded, and Ken Jennings has you faded.
Oh yeah, Ken
there
Jennings.
Will never be any other host besides Mayim and Ken.
Did you know that Ken Jennings is still the biggest winner in Jeopardy?
He is.
Now.
He has not been dethroned yet.
Nobody's dethroned him.
He's not been dethroned yet.
I think what was his final winnings?
Oh my
Alex
God.
Trebek. I think he won like
it was a couple million.
He won no.
I mean,
He won almost 10 million.
What I mean is, that's what I mean by a couple mil. He won the biggest jackpot, I think, on Jeopardy ever.
In Jeopardy history.
You know, so that's
and
why.
RIP to my boy Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
You were the best Jeopardy host in history. You were the only Jeopardy host in history.
Well, you know, he didn't start off as host.
No, he started at what the fuck was the name of that show?
I was trying to think of that too, but he didn't start off
game
as
show.
Because there was the Love Connection, which
he didn't do.
I didn't think he did that, but no, I can look it up. But no, he didn't start off at
Jeopardy.
That'll
be another
right.
show.
Keep it locked, guys. We'll be right back. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to thank my co-host, which is the host today, y'all. First time solo on the wheel. I'd like to thank you both for doing such an excellent job with this show.
Man, let me tell you something.
Such an excellent job.
I had to pull a lot of stuff out of my head on this.
I hear you. So just give me 1 second here. These bills have got to get paid, and I don't know why that they're not deducting anything. So give me 1 second. So. Yeah, man. Thank you. You did an excellent job with this, and I'm looking forward to many more weeks with you taking the wheel on this. So, how was it today?
Very interesting. Very interesting, I must say.
It was.
But, you know, to close out everything, I have to say that I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do the show, know, to show you that I can be a great co-host. But when it's when it's all said and done, guess what? You the man. This is your show. I'm just here to support you. I have always been a supporter.
Much love.
And that comes from years from us being. Did y'all know that? We did not find out we was family until almost 10 years later.
Right. Exactly.
Did y'all know that?
It's a small city.
Fun fact.
Small city.
Me and this man have been friends for over 20 years.
Yes.
And within that 20-year bracket, 10 to 12 years into that bracket, then we found out we was related.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a small world.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
But let me tell y'all something. This man is the real deal. This man knows what he's talking about. I know what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to those sports.
Oh yeah, your sports corner got it jumping.
I love
it. It's got it jumping.
I love the sport. But I appreciate this man for letting me do this show, and I appreciate all of y'all for listening. And please, 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 please keep supporting us, because we can't do nothing but get bigger.
That's right.
That's all we can do.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. August. I'm jumping in the summer like big time.
Yes, you are.
April 2nd, 2023, y'all. We really appreciate you on this edition of Get It Together.
Man, please get it together.
And I'd also like to thank my co-guest, Mr. Lee K from Michigan. We will have a lot more with him coming up in the future. That is a smart young man, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we close out, Mr. Don, you want to let the listeners know, like, any upcoming things that we got coming up?
Excuse me. Yes, thank you. What I have coming up, solo dolo, not in conjunction with Big Bo, because we're going to talk about what we have coming up. But what I have coming up, solo dolo, is I've got some giveaways again, which I did mention a few episodes prior to this, to close out the winter of 22. I gave away the podcast. Congratulations to the winner, Mr. DeWitt. He is now the proud owner of the K7 podcast equipment and studio setup, and I helped Mr. DeWitt set that up, and he actually will be letting me know and keeping in contact with me, and we will be conjoining podcast studios from his location and mine, and we will be doing some podcasts together as well.
And that's going to be awesome.
That is really going to be awesome. So again, congratulations, Mr. DeWitt. Good job on staying in contact and locked in for your chance to win. Also, I have a couple of gift cards to give away. $500 being the top, and a few 50s.
Oh, wish I could win those.
Yeah, employees can't do it.
I know.
And again, also, I have some Brewers tickets.
Can't wait for those.
That we will be trying to put in the mix too. So yes,
and y'all will see us. If everything goes well and this podcast continues to blow up, y'all will see us. Y'all will see us at Brewers games. Y'all will see us at Summerfest.
Oh yeah.
Y'all will see us everywhere.
Yes.
We're here to stay.
We're here. We're here. No doubt. We're like gnats in a wet kitchen.
Can't get rid of us.
There you go. And last but not least, I have this cruise that we are putting together, which is going to take place in August and September of 2023. And it is a black cruise, an all-black cruise. I don't care if you're a white guy, white woman, you want to join us.
You just got to wear all black.
You just got to wear all black. See, y'all thought we were going somewhere else with that, didn't you?
No, we weren't going.
Yeah. They finna have all nigga cruise.
They're being racist again. No. Just wear a black suit.
Just wear black. And the reason is because black holds heat. And we're not going to go down to the tropics and things like that. The further south that we're going to go is we're going to visit the South Pole. And the furthest north that we are going to go is going to be a week and a half cruise. And the furthest north that we're going to go that I'm putting together is Iceland.
Ooh, so that'll be nice.
Yes, sir. And we're going to go where, no, black man has gone before. That would be a nice time for the Star Trek music to kick in. Anyway.
I promise you it will.
Thank you guys for listening. Again, this has been a special edition of Nubian Public Podcast and Milwaukee Internet Radio. And again, I'd like to thank my special guest, Lee K from Michigan, on the gun rights and school security. You guys keep it locked on future dates, and we will have you guys all in your feelings.
And we appreciate y'all every single day. Stay black and stay positive.
Stay black, stay positive. What that man said, and I love that he said it. Nubian Public Podcast. I love you guys.